Hello, boys and girls. For our lesson 7 for our economy unit in social studies, we are going to be talking about scarcity, supply, and demand. You do not have an activity to do with today's lesson, but I do ask that you go and look at your notes. Tomorrow you will have a review, and on Thursday you will have a social studies test on economy. So if you need to go back and review any of the other lessons, you can. And you also have your notes that are posted for each day this week. So looking at scarcity, supply, and demand, when we talk about scarcity, the first thing we're going to talk about is something that we all have been familiar with recently, the great toilet paper problem. So during the coronavirus pandemic, America began to run short on products such as Clorox wipes, hand sanitizer, and toilet paper. And I know we were all asking, why were we running low on toilet paper? Why so short? Of all things to be short on, why toilet paper? During the pandemic, people were spending most of their time at home. People were scared, and people wanted to make sure they had enough supplies at home for their family to survive. The demand on toilet paper became so great that toilet paper companies could not keep up. So everybody was buying toilet paper to keep at home because they knew that they would be at home, that the toilet paper companies could not keep up. Supply, the amount of goods available to purchase. Demand is the desire to purchase something. And scarcity is when goods are in short supply. So that's when there's not enough, just like with the toilet paper issue. That was when we were short on toilet paper. So supply and demand drives cost. Low demand and high supply. So that means if there's not a lot of people that need it, but there's a lot of the product, it has a low cost. So example is a sale on extra pool toys in the fall. So summer supplies that there's a whole lot of them left over and it's getting cold, those are going to be at a low cost. They're going to be cheaper. But if a product is at high demand and low supply, meaning that a lot of people want it, but there's not a lot of them, it is going to be higher cost, like a designer pocketbook, something that is handmade or specially made is going to be a low supply and probably most of the time at higher demand. More people want it, but there's not as many of them. So that is going to be a higher cost. Supply and demand drives the cost of things. When creating a budget, it is important to be aware of cost. An understanding of supply and demand can help us think more like an economist and then help us become better citizens. And I know that that is a lot of information and that is confusing, but just know the more that there are and of a product and the less that we need it, the cheaper it will be. But the less that there are and the more that we need it, the more expensive it's going to be. Advertising affects demand. Has your favorite TV show been interrupted by a commercial? Has your favorite YouTube channel been interrupted by an ad? Did you see something in that ad that you wanted to buy? Advertisements affect demand because they make people want to buy that good or service. So we're going to look at a few examples of ads.
It's Beat Bugs. When they hear their music, they magically come to life. And their mouths move. Meet huggable, lovable Walter. Come together. Walter can even sing with you. Open the arms, I sing, and we love. You can ask your your parents to download the free app and keep the beat going. Beatbugs Hijinks Alive plush Walter sings over 20 songs. Other Hijinks Alive figures each sold separately, only at Target.
Night in the city. Catboy arrives at PJ Masks headquarters. Elevator up.
Well, hello, PJ Masks.
Romeo's at the control center.
Super Gecko Muscle.
Got him. Look out. It's Luna Girl. Way to slide, Owlette.
It's time to be a hero.
PJ Masks headquarters has lights, sounds, and comes with Catboy and Cat Car.
It's the My Size Lookout Tower. It's so tall. Chico, look at it. It's missing. Ryder needs our help. Going up, up, up to the top. Let's save the day. Put your backpacks on. Right. Fired up. Going down. Woo! Pups to the rescue. No giant no Paw Patrol. New Paw Patrol My Size Lookout Tower with Marshall and Chase. Other vehicles, playsets, and figures each sold separately from Spin Master. Something is happening all over the world. No one knows where they're from or what's inside. It's up to us to find out. Hatchimals, who will you hatch? For real.
Okay, those were a few of the examples of advertisements that you might see for commercials for products that people, to make people want to buy them. So make sure advertisements can fool you. Consumers need to remember their savings goal and opportunity costs. Sometimes people are tricked into buying things they don't really need. This can cause unnecessary debt. So sometimes those advertisements will trick you into wanting to buy things that you don't really need and spending money from your budget that you don't need to spend. Okay, that is the end of our lesson 7 for economy. Make sure you look over your notes today, and we will have our review tomorrow and our test on Thursday.